Checking in, I received a copy of the new Local 234 magazine, and as I opened it, the first thing I could spot was this major article, which is, I guess they call it front page. So that's priority. It's on the front page, means it's priority. All great empires crumble from within. Dear TWU Local 234 members, for years we have all heard the phrase, all great empires crumble from within. And that history repeats itself. Within the emergence of social media and the recent Supreme Court decision in Janus, which is meant to cripple public sector unions across the country, those two old phrases have new meanings for the labor movement. Organized labor is being made the whipping boy for everything negative as far as the economy in this country. With social media, big business and billionaires like the Koch brothers, they can promote negative images of labor into the mainstream media in a matter of seconds. In order for Janus' decision to have the desired destruction impact that the anti-union billionaires have in mind, they will need the help of union members to make it happen. I'm going to pause there before I continue these last three paragraphs. So, Local 234's leadership believes that members who speak up for themselves and get no justification at the union hall and that go to the international the right way and summons and send letters because their word is being suppressed and the game is being played to keep the leadership in charge by ways of eliminating the competition. So there's a great saying that says, the union is there to protect us, but who protects us from the union? So I'm going to continue to read. Throughout history, the best way to conquer any group is to sow division in their ranks, which is commonly known as divide and conquer technique. Once the division starts to spread like a cancer throughout the labor ranks, the members begin to cannibalize their own union. This makes no sense for the members of the union. Now, I wonder if Willie Brown, Avion Dent, Juan Barrows, all the authors of what was called the Crossroads that was handed out for years when John Johnson and other administrations were in office, and they used their crossroad letters to voice their opinions and their concerns as to not agreeing with what the union leaderships were doing. Was that the same thing? Because if that's the same thing as people using social media and speaking out against the union, well, the leaders of the union that are presently in office now are guilty of what they said is not good for the unions. Let me continue to read. Time and time again, unions across the country have proven their worth. Unions have been the voice for the low income and underprivileged, underrepresented people for more than 100 years in this country. At a time when we should have some appreciation for our unions, big businesses have clearly come up with a plan to make a few members who reap the rewards of labor movement turn against the labor movement. These people toss aside the fact that the labor movement has been able to work miracles for their members and their families. So again, this just doubles down. When someone speaks out or members want to rise up because they're not satisfied, and this is official from Local 234, their voice. When members speak up and stand up and they want to change and they're suppressed, what are we supposed to do? If you disrespect your own bylaws, if you disrespect your members, what do? Bro, Willie Brown, if you raise dogs and you don't feed them and you treat them wrong, eventually they're going to turn on you. Treat your members right, like I addressed you in 2015 at the mass meeting. When are you going to come down amongst the ranks and treat your members right? Let me continue to read. Nothing in life is perfect, and you can't satisfy all the people all the time. One would be hard-pressed to make a sensible argument against the success of labor unions. On the other hand, in defense of labor unions, all you have to do is think about it. Health benefits, decent wager, 40-hour work week, time and a half, 40 hours in a week pension, safe working conditions, and the list goes on. Let's add some things to the list. Being exposed to sexual harassment, intimidation. The list can go on and on that you guys support. But now you want to cry foul. Ask Tony Goins. He introduced me to something, and it goes, it's not a foul until a member calls it a foul. When I called it a foul, because you removed me from office illegally, and I wrote to the international, which was the right way, and the bylaws also backed me up when I showed paperwork and proof that I submitted to you guys to ask you for evidence that was going to be used against me at the Union Hall. You clearly sent me a letter discarding the bylaws because you wanted to have your way. Well, I got to quote a guy that I take knowledge from all the time. Great Malcolm X. It's a case of the roosters coming home to hatch.